In the quiet moments before the world wakes up, there's a place where pain meets peace, where every breath feels like a prayer and grief stands still. We carry the weight of what was and search for meaning in the smallest things. And sometimes all it takes is one moment to remind us we're still here, still healing.
All right, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Grief Let's Talk About It podcast. You guys know who it is. This is Tony Lynch. I'm the host of this podcast. And yes, we are your number one podcast for bringing you stories around death, dying, and grief, all the messiness that comes in between with some amazing people out here doing some amazing things, changing people's lives one heartbeat at a time. I have an amazing guest for you guys today. Now, before I bring her up here, I would like to say that this is a live stream. So if you have any questions or comments for either myself or the guest, please put them in the comment section. We'll be sure to answer them as we go. Now, most importantly, this is for educational purposes only. Now, without further ado, guys, help me welcome Miss Patricia Williams to the show. Patricia!
Hi.
What's going on, girl?
Nothing, just here. How's it going with you?
You know, it's the same old, same old. We out here trying to make something happen,
Right.
changing people's lives one heartbeat at a time. We still
That's it.
this thing that we call grief, man, is forever growing, and more people are finding out that there are good people out here, right?
Yes.
So
Right.
now we are in demand, and I'm
Yes.
loving every minute of it,
Right.
Wow. So introduce yourself to the audience.
I am Patricia J. Williams. I reign from Pineville, Louisiana, just 3 hours from New Orleans. I was born and raised. I am an author of 15 books. I am an evangelist / minister of the gospel. I am an entrepreneur. I am a motivational speaker. I love to travel. I love to motivate. And I'm just an all-around girl. I love to play on the PS5 and I love
I
basketball.
love
That's
that.
my heart. I'm a
I was just
great
talking
basketball
to my
fan.
sister. See that, and
Uh-huh.
again, that's impressive, right?
Right.
Because you you're utilizing your gift,
Yes.
right? And
Yeah.
I was telling my sister about the video game. I was talking to her
Mhm.
earlier, and I was telling her, I was like, I don't even know how to play a video game anymore. The last
I
video
didn't
game I
either.
played was the Sega Genesis, right? And I was like,
Right.
ever since then, I was like, I will watch you play. You know,
Right.
last time they gave me a joystick, I was all up in the air and everything.
I think those are ancient now. The joysticks are. So now we're on the little handheld thing. But
I ain't.
thank God for my grandkids, because that's who taught me.
Hey,
Because I didn't know what I was doing.
it's always a blessing. It's always a
Yes.
blessing. So tell us about yourself. You
Okay.
and well, hold on. Let's talk about this because we just did a book together. We just
Yeah.
did a book together, The Love Language of Grief,
Yes.
right? Which is out
Yeah.
on Lulu. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? You can get Patricia's, you can get mine's, go to our account,
Hmm.
you can get it up there and
Yeah.
everything. But man, did you get the chance to read it?
No, not yet. I usually don't read what I put out there. It may
You
sound
got
weird, but I don't read my work
you
because I
you
guess
know,
because I'm doing it.
yeah. I leave it up for other people to give me
Yeah.
feedback. Yeah.
Seriously do.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even doing podcasting and doing a graphic novel and the animated,
Right.
right? Once
Right.
I do it, I put it out there and I just wait for the feedback to know if I'm
Yeah.
doing anything right or wrong with this, because I'm trying to get the people attracted to it, right?
Yes.
And so
Yes.
it's not about me. It's although I have the vision, I have to make sure that the people are getting what they need from it and
Yes.
everything.
Because
So
I
yeah,
done put what I felt about it in the book. So I want their
right,
feedback of whether or not I had hit what they was looking for or whatever. I just want their
right.
opinion. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Now tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, I am the type of person now. I write what I feel. I don't come out and verbally do it. I write what I feel because I was the type of person that I never did talk about a lot of things. I am mostly an observer. I just observe, and then I don't say much. And I had to come to a point to where I had trust issues with, talking to people, because once that you pour into somebody else, they is quick for to go tell your business. So I had to get past that and just ask God for to send people in my life that I can trust. And so once I got over that hurdle, and I was the type of person, I would write everything down. So once I had like notebooks over here, I had a thought over there. I wake up in the middle of the night and I'll write. And I just had notebooks everywhere, just lying everywhere. I had one in the corner, one in the bathroom, because that's where you get your inspiration too, in the bathroom.
Very true. Very true.
Bedroom, notebooks everywhere. I have notebooks everywhere.
I can understand. I never wrote anything down. Like from the beginning, when I first started this, all I had was this vision, right?
Right.
And I knew in my heart that this was what I was supposed to do.
Right.
For some odd reason, I operated totally different. If I wrote it down, I would get anxious about it. But if I thought about it, I was totally fine.
Right.
If I just thought about it, I was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Because now it's part of my routine. Now, I now understand that I'm gonna have to put in some work to put all of the moving parts to it. So I'm more of that person that can see the whole blueprint and just kind of go from there, kind of put it together. Right? It's really hard for me to explain it. I had to learn how to articulate, the things that was going on in my life, which I actually understood that it was. Once I began to articulate things to people, it took the guesswork out of them trying to figure out what was going on with me.
Right.
Right. And I love the fact, because I can relate to what you just said earlier about, being quiet, right? Being the observer and things like that. I learned this during my during the grieving process. I'll forever be grieving, by the way,
Right.
It's a forever thing. So the people out there thinking about why these people are still the way that they are, it's kind of a forever thing. It just
It's the
changes the
process.
way. It's a process, right? You know what I'm saying? Like it just changes with us. It grows with us as we grow, right?
Yeah.
And it's a reminder of the beautiful memories that we've had that maybe we have suppressed. And sometimes it reveals areas in ourselves where we have to address and things like that, But I started doing this thing. I started being very quiet around people. I'm again very observant. I had no issues with people, but my relationship with the creator was different. I always wanted to understand. I wanted knowledge, right? I wanted to understand why I had to live the life that I live. What is this thing called grief? How does it connects with people and things like that? And the voice just kept saying, "Be quiet." And so when I got around people, I just became quiet. I listened and things like that. And you learn a lot from people when you just pay attention to them, right?
Yes.
But the most funniest thing kept happening. People made me out to be the villain in their story, although I didn't say anything. And I was like, how did you? Like I'm excited to hear how this ends, because whoa.
I'm telling you. And I can contest to that, because people think I'm mean because I don't articulate. And also I have facial expressions that can tell off on me. Because if I don't react to a certain thing or, a certain way, automatically people say, oh, she mean. Automatically they say, oh, she thinks she this and then she thinks she's that.
Right.
That's not true. It's just that I'm not reacting the way you want me to react. So then therefore you are going to form your own opinion about me.
Exactly. Right. And that's the reason why I never interrupt anyone, because if I'm not participating, if I'm just doing me and I'm not messing with you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you form this opinion of me, you
Right.
just let me know what you think of me. You
Exactly.
made it easier for me to make a choice whether if I want to pursue a friendship or anything like
Right.
that through your own actions, because I don't
Right.
have to participate in it, you know. And
Right.
so, when people used to do that, I just look at them and go, "You
They don't
get to
understand.
choose." Yeah, they don't understand, right? And
Right.
I tell them
Right.
flat out. I tell them flat out, "You're going to dictate the next steps that I take with you."
Right. Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
and then they go, "Well, you can do this." I was like, "I'm not going to change up who I am for anyone.
I'm not
I
gonna
don't
change.
know how to be anyone else, right?"
Exactly.
And
I want to be
yeah,
me. Yeah.
exactly.
Because I
So
feel like if that I conform the way you want me to conform to, I am your puppet. You can control me. You can
yes,
control my
yes.
thoughts. You can control what I do, what I say.
Hmm.
So just let me be me. And then if that you cannot handle being me, you can
Hmm.
walk away.
There
It's
you
just
go.
simple as that.
There you
Walk away.
go. There you go. And
Hmm.
let's talk about grief for a minute, right? Because
Yeah.
it has a strange way of everything that you
Yes.
just said right there. Grief
Right.
has a strange way of laying it out on the table for you
Yes. Yes.
in its rawest form, and
Right.
make you sit up there and come face to face with your own reflection of the parts
Right.
that you played in it. And then it
Hmm.
makes you choose of what you want in your life and what you don't want in your life, right?
Right.
Because
Right.
you're at your rawest moment, right?
Oh yeah.
But
You are
there-
vulnerable. You are
you're
so
very
vulnerable.
vulnerable.
You're opened. You don't know what to expect. You don't know what is going to come at you
Mm,
because you at your lowest point. Now, the first volume we did, Love Language of Grief, my
mhm.
chapter was a personal encounter when grief wants to become your friend. That was my
Ooh,
chapter.
ooh, let's talk about it. No, no,
When
no, you
grief wants
got me
to become
intrigued.
my
Yes.
friend.
When grief wanted to become your friend, right? And
Yes.
when you said
Yes.
that, I could relate to that on such a
Hmm.
deep level.
Yes.
Let's talk about it.
Let's
What do
talk
you
about it.
mean? What do you mean when grief wants to become your friend?
I I had a friend for 22 years
Mm,
and my mom had passed. And I was expecting that person to be there,
mm,
in the natural realm. You didn't have to be there in the spiritual realm, no, just be there. So when that person said, I can't. So I'm like, I don't understand. You my friend. And when I
mm,
needed you the most, and when that had transpired, I shut down, Tony. I didn't want to talk to nobody. I didn't want to say anything because the Bible said a friend will stick closer than a brother.
mm,
I needed that person in the natural realm. Even though you won't say nothing, just be there, just be by my side. So grief had a toll on me, even though I wore the title of being a minister. I was there for, everybody else. When something happened, they called on me. They needed this, I was right there. But when it was time for me, when I needed somebody, nobody was there. That 5-letter word kept speaking to me. You see, they never was there for you at the beginning. Look what you're going through.
mm,
Grief had me so absorbed to where I was headed to a state of depression. I didn't want to talk to nobody. I didn't want to answer a phone call. I didn't want to do nothing. Grief had me so consumed until it actually told me, I can be your friend. And the
wow.
type of friend it wanted to be to me was to have me secluded, wanted
Mm,
wanted me to lose my mind because, mind you, I had 3 deaths, close deaths, in a 6-month period, and they were all family.
mm,
And I didn't know how to control it. Yes, I went to a counseling. I thank God for counseling, but that wasn't working because I felt like this. You don't understand the pain I'm feeling right now. So I just went just to be going.
yeah.
But when I had to shut myself away and just deal with me, I was crying and everything else. I didn't want to live the life that this 5-letter word had me in. I say, God, it's more to this than me just being by myself. I didn't want to bathe. I didn't want to eat. I didn't want to do nothing. I just wanted to stay by myself. That's grief. Wanted me to suck down deeper and deeper. But I came up out of it by the strength. And I really broke free because at first I thought I was out of it. But when the book came out and when I met Lakeisha and them and all of the other ones, I say, okay, it's more people out there that is going through this deep level of grief, because you have them levels of grief. But then once you get to that bottom level, that one that really will not let you go. And once that we had came together, I'm telling you, Tony, we talked, we cried, and everything. I did not even know these people from Adam. But when we all came together and we wrote this book, the first volume, every chapter we found ourselves in and we got free. And so now we was really able to help somebody else with that 5-letter word, grief, because we had went to the core of it. So that's how that chapter came out.
And see, that's deep, right? And it's because, I never thought that I would write in a book or be a part of anything like that, right?
Right.
I love the fact that you brought up grief because mine was a little bit different. I welcomed the solitude. When everyone left, I said, now I can get to work.
Right.
Now I can get to work because depending on the relationships that we have with individuals will be the perception that they have of us, right? And what I found out later, the huge misconception about people is that we all expect people to understand what we're going through.
Yes.
And we don't, right?
And they don't. They don't.
Exactly. Although we may share a similar loss, our grief is going to be totally different. And this is what I love about grief, because there's no right or wrong way to do it. So people often look at me when I tell people, let that person hit their version of rock bottom.
Yes.
Only then are they going to be open to the suggestion of healing.
Right.
But you're not going to be able to tell them outright.
No, you
so
can't.
You're going to have to show them through your actions, right? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Show them that it's okay for you to, you know what I'm saying? Show them where you at, but make sure that you follow your trail.
Right.
And the crazy part about it is, Patricia, is that when I wrote the book, I was already doing podcasting. And someone told me, like, I never even looked at it this way. For the longest time, when I got into podcasting, I said I just wanted to share stories of other people. Right? I wanted to show other people that they're not alone. And I knew that throughout the multiple people that I'm going to interview, although those losses were similar, their stories are going to be totally different.
Yes, totally different.
Which opens up the doors for people to be able to relate to it on a different level, or have a different perception of how to look at things, right?
Yes, right.
And I was correct. I was like, wow. And someone said, well, Tony, you're a storyteller. I said, I don't think so. I don't think I'm a storyteller. I think I'm just a note taker, if you will. You know what I'm saying? I am documenting something that's going to be around for the rest of our lives.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Long after we're gone. So yeah, and I was like, it's so much bigger than that, right? Because long after we're gone, our stories are still going to be around.
It's still going to linger on.
Linger on. Now,
it's going to linger.
Let's talk about. I love talking about this, right? I'm glad that we actually ended up in the same book together and was able to connect. What is your interpretation of the love language of grief?
My interpretation of it is, even though we are grieving over our loved one, and it's not necessarily our loved one, it could be a divorce, a job, anything you loved so much. You are trying to get not over it, but you are trying to get past they are not here anymore. Their actual presence here. You are trying to get past that, but you not per se past. You are trying to handle it because you're missing them. You missing what you see. You missing what you and that person did together. You are missing the good times. I also experienced that you can still love. You can still love beyond their absence. Even the picture on the wall, even their favorite food. Oh, I remember they did this. They did that. Grieving, your life does not have to stop.
No.
And also in grief, yes, you can continue your life, but you cannot allow grief to overtake you to the point to where you don't want to live anymore. Because they have this a cliche, and I hate it. I will mourn you until I join you. No, I'm not. Because my loved one do not want me to mourn them until I join them. I'm going to live life. Yet not, forgetting the memories, forgetting the good times we had.
Then I totally
seeing
agree.
the legacy they had left.
There you go. Or the mark that they left on you, right? I totally agree with what you just said. If I may, because when I thought about the love language of grief, right? This is a conversation that I had a couple of years ago during a conference. And what I had did, being a man and getting into the grief field and working with men, but also being in other groups with women and children and things like that, I noticed a pattern, right? I noticed a pattern between people. Grief, there's people that would give you pieces of what you need, right? In your support group, in your surroundings, right? And you may connect to them, but you may not feel connected to these individuals. Right. You know what I'm saying? And this is where grief gets real interesting, because out of all of these people, you may find somebody, and this came after I read the love languages, right? You know what I'm saying? The love languages. And I was like, whoa, hold on, there's something more to this, right? And what I started noticing is that, these individuals over here were like associates, but then these individuals over here were doing something different and didn't even recognize it. They were complementing each other's love language. So, for instance, if you're a gift giver, right? And I'm the one who needs physical touch, but you know what I'm saying? But I take the gift so I can get physical touch, right? It's a fair exchange. It's a fair exchange, right? And it gives something to you as if I see you. The transference is the same. Like you see me. Okay. And those are the ones that we connect to the most. Right. Those are the ones that we can have those deep embedded conversations that get invited to the cookouts and over for dinner to meet, you know what I'm saying? Right. You know, and those are be the ones that, and as you begin to grow within your grief, right? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Your grief changes.
It's like a big puzzle.
Yes,
because it breaks you. And also, Tony, each person have that piece to that puzzle to actually put you back together again. It's like Humpty Dumpty.
Yes, but all the Kingsmen are different in different
places.
There you go. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, you have to go through the process, and you got to keep letting those people that want to break you peel those pieces off, because the ones who will come with bigger and stronger pieces to put in. right?
Right.
And those are going to be the ones that you're going to know for the next 6, 7, 10, 20 years.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? During this grieving process. And
Mm-hmm.
it helps time be a little bit more comfortable.
Right.
Grief it doesn't look so sad anymore.
No,
You
it's
get to,
not.
yeah, you get to laugh at some of the corniest jokes that you remember that your loved one has
Yes.
told you, right? You know,
Yes. Right.
you have to find your tribe. That's another good point too, right?
Yes.
Now, as an
Right.
entrepreneur, what are some of the ventures that the process that you went through helped in and helped you shine the most?
As being an entrepreneur, and what helped me is when I was writing that chapter for grief, I'm like, okay, I found myself. I
Mm,
wasn't a whole person to help someone else because I was still dealing with my pain
mm,
and with my hurt. And even doing my speaking at these conferences and stuff, I was still hurting.
mhm,
And I say, I can't spew hurt over someone else until I get my own self together.
mhm,
So actually, I was allowing grief to keep me at a certain level
mhm,
when I knew, Tony, I could come higher. But I didn't want to go higher because it was going to hit some things that I didn't want nobody to touch. I didn't want
Ooh,
anybody to
girl.
see because I have a title now. We finna go to these titles because
Ooh,
mainly
girl.
people that do have titles don't want to take off their titles. They want to continue to be a camouflage,
Mm,
continue to be unreal. But I'm
mm,
the type of person I can't help you when I myself are hurting, because I'm just making it worse for you. So I just
right.
shut down for a year. I mean, this grief had me to a point to I wanted to even take my own life. So I shut myself down for a year.
Mhm,
I say, God, I can't help nobody and I'm broken myself.
mhm.
And the thing of it is, brothers and sisters in the body of Christ, they don't understand. Because I can
No,
tell you what, if you ain't walked in my shoes, you can't tell me anything.
no, no.
You can't
But it's
tell
the
nobody. You
experience
have to
that
walk
speaks
in
from us.
those shoes.
No, but see now, think about this. Think about this, Patricia. Do
Mhm.
we really want other people to walk in our shoes? Because a lot of times, think if you look about it this way,
Right.
right?
Right.
If I'm only going to speak from my perspective, and I want to get
Yeah.
your thoughts and opinions on what you
Okay.
think about
Okay.
it. If you, I don't know a third of the people around me that would have been able to make it,
Right.
right?
It take a strong person.
No, it took the right person. It took
Yeah,
me to
there you
walk
go.
that path. That path was mine,
Right.
right? So
Right.
every crushing blow, every lick that I had to take on the chin, every time that I screamed that I didn't want to get back up and things like that, and I cursed God and I told him, don't talk to me no more.
Right. Right.
I had
Right.
a relationship with you. We had an agreement. You was going to allow me to be a father. And I was going to
Yes.
raise him to be a better man than me. As long as
Right.
I am obedient to you, this was our agreement.
Mm-hmm.
And when
Right.
that agreement was broken, I said,
Right. God.
I don't,
Right.
I can't do this. But then I got hit again with my mother, right?
Yes.
So
Right.
then I was like, okay, so now you just stripped me of everything. What do you want from me, right?
Wow.
And
Wow.
so I
Wow.
became very combative. I said, you know what? You're
Uh-uh.
not going to beat me just because I don't know why you did this to me. Maybe you don't like me or something like that, but that's
Right.
okay.
Right. You
You
was
don't
being
get to
honest.
stop me. Yeah, you
Right.
don't get to stop me. You don't get to, you've already taken
That's
away
it.
everybody.
Right.
Just leave me be. And
Leave me alone.
I will, we don't have to talk. Just leave
That's
me
it.
be because I don't even understand how to process this, right?
Right.
That was the best decision that I made.
Wow.
Reason being, right? And when I say this, you're going to see the blessing in it.
Mm.
That path, that mindset took me down a path that was so destructive. I
Oh,
lost my
wow.
personal training business. I got involved with a female only to find out that she was a racist. I became homeless. I hit my version of rock bottom. Like I didn't drink or anything like that, but the fight in me
Right.
was gone. And
Oh,
I
right.
tried to take my life.
Right.
And I tried to take my life.
Right.
Because had I not gone through those steps right there, I would not be the man sitting in front of you today.
And I can
And
testify to that.
that
I
is the truth.
can testify.
Yeah. And so,
He
during
took me
that
down the
course of
same
time,
path.
he was like, let me show you something. So all the times that I was denying him and running away from him, I ran straight into him. And he said, hey, you don't get to do that. No, you don't get to do that. I got something to show you. And he answered every question that I had for him in 3 simple words. No, actually more than that. It first started off when I said, have you seen my life? He goes, oh, you thought your life was about you.
Oh, wow.
Ooh. I said, huh?
Jesus.
He go, oh, I was like, did you not see everything that I've gone through? He goes, no, you don't understand. See, you just saw what you was going through. You took it personal. But you see the other side that I had already had set up for you. And he laid it out. And I went, So you mean all of that? Yeah. I cannot move you around to put you where you need to be if you're stable. So what you may call homeless, I still provided a place for you. What you call not being able to, you know what I'm saying, have your own place, I never left you out in the cold. And when you did, you needed to be out there because now you have to see life from a different perspective. Guess what? Now you can talk about these things. It's no longer a theory of what this looks like or what this feels like. You're now a practitioner because now you have experience of what it looks and feels like.
Wow.
Because now
You just
go out there
blessed
and
me.
relate to people. Yeah, so it's the education, it's the
That's
experience, right?
it. That's
And the
it. That's it.
curiosity, but also the obedience and the submission to your gift.
Right. Right.
It's not yours, but once you submit to it, it does so
That's
much
it.
because it becomes that much more valuable out into the world, right?
Yes. Right.
And so look at you. I look at you and all of your accolades and all of the things that you've done. I mean, entrepreneurship, right? Being a minister, I mean, motivational speaker.
But I had to go through. I had to go just like you went rock bottom. I had to hit rock bottom before I get, and just like you were saying, and I just want to add, you will not appreciate what you have until you hit
Exactly.
rock bottom.
Until it's all taken away from you.
Yeah. And
so
then
when
you will appreciate it.
there you go, because now you realize that the little things that you thought that held a lot of value don't really hold that much value. You begin to take
Exactly.
on another outlook on life, right? Like
Yes.
I value the connection that I have with people, whether if
Me
it's
too.
good or bad, because that's all up for interpretation as well, right?
You're right.
But if I
Right.
look at the way that you treat me in a way, whether if you thought it was rude and go, I don't understand what you've gone through.
Right.
I don't understand, but I'm not going to contribute to what you're going through. So
No.
maybe this is enough to get you to see your road in a different way, and maybe you won't be so contagious when you touch the next person, right?
Exactly.
And maybe
Exactly.
I could take that away from you because I'm not going to react to what you're giving me. I'm going to respond with a different sort of energy and let you know,
Right.
hey, I get you. I see you, right? I'm not here to judge you. I don't know what your
Right.
morning was like. I didn't wake up next to you,
Right.
right?
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
and so this grieving thing, it makes you see life in a different way. Like the things
Yes,
that
it does.
was impossible or that would never happen, we realize that life don't play by our rules.
No, it doesn't. You hit it right there.
Yeah,
This is
right.
not our game.
Yeah,
This is not ours.
yeah. So
Sure
now
not.
let me ask you, what was the biggest lesson that you learned throughout the process that you've gone through of becoming the amazing person that you are today?
Well, with grief, I've learned that, and I just want to drop this little nugget in. The grief actually starts when you get the diagnosis of the person.
Mm,
When the doctor say your mother has this, your mother has that. That's when the grieving start right then. And then you have to watch that person decline from the minute you got the diagnosis.
Mm.
But what made me the person that I am today, I have to show the people what my parents instilled in me, along with bringing me up in the Christian background.
Mhm.
I come to the point to where was in me and was planted in me by God and my parents. It's not just mine, Tony. It's for somebody else. Everything
Exactly.
I go through, everything I face, yes, I get hit, but it is for somebody else. I have to share what I went through and how I came out of it with
Mhm.
them, because
Mhm.
we got so many people that are just going down, sinking, and just wishing they had somebody to help them. And that's what I'm here for, because
Yes.
I realize this is not about me, because the Lord, he can come and he can take everything away, just like you said he did you.
Mhm.
He can come and he can take everything away. But I've learned every gift, everything I have, watch this, I gave it back to him, because
Mhm.
really I don't even know how to work it. He gave me the wisdom to work it.
Mhm.
So I gave it right back to him. You do
Mhm.
what you please. You
Yeah.
send who you want me to work with. You put these books in the hands of the people who need it.
Exactly.
So I've learned every gift I have, I give it right back to him.
Yes. And
Mhm.
you ever listen to Dr. Miles Monroe?
Yes, I love him.
I love him,
He's
right?
dead and gone, but I still
Yeah.
listen at his tapes and read his books.
I was just listening to him this morning, and
Mhm.
um, he was talking about this very thing, this gift, and
Mhm.
it's like that. And I love listening to this man talk
Oh
and things.
yeah.
A lot of every time I listen to him, I learn something new. I learn
Right.
something different about myself, or open up a different part of my mind to make me think and process in a different way.
Right.
Like the way I look and process life and people in.
Right.
And he said, when you identify your gift, he goes, you now become obligated to other people because it's not
Yes.
yours to keep. He goes, God gave you this gift for other people. It is not you.
Mhm.
He
It's
goes, see,
not
the problem
ours.
is the other problem is that we try to put a value on our gift, right?
Yes. Yes.
But we
Yes.
don't never let the gift show how valuable it is.
Right.
And it's not us. It's not us. It's not up to us to put a price tag on it. That
That's
comes from
right.
someone else. That
Right.
comes from someone sees that and goes, "That's priceless,"
Mm. Yes.
right? You know what I'm saying? And someone who
Mhm.
may not appreciate your gift and go, "That's worth $10 an hour."
Mhm. Right.
Think about that for a minute, right? But
Mm.
I say that to say this, right? Because no matter where you go, you hit the nail on the head. Everything that we do serves a purpose, and it ends up where it needs to be.
That's
We
right.
don't we don't know how it's supposed to get or how it gets there. It just ends up where it needs to be for the right people that need it at the
Right.
right time. You know,
Right.
um, and so when we look at it that way and look back on this journey, nothing was ever wasted, right?
Right.
Every conversation, every touch, every person who call themselves abandoning us or hurting us or things like
Mhm.
that, people who misunderstood us. That's all it
Yes,
really is.
misunderstood. Yeah,
It's
right.
a misunderstanding,
Misunderstood.
right?
Don't
We
know
just
how to handle us at that moment.
well, they don't speak the same language, because you got to
There you
remember,
go. Right.
when we talk about languages, right, there's the
Right.
one language that people don't really talk about, which is the language of grief.
Of grief.
Unless
And that's
you have
serious.
experienced it, you're not going to understand when I say today is not a good day for me,
Right.
right?
Right.
If you're someone who has not experienced what I've gone through, you're going to hear those words and go, man, what's going on with you? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Now, if you're someone who has experienced something, to go, yep, sometimes you have days like that, Tony.
Yes, exactly.
But
Exactly.
they're just little things that you have to not really get used to, but you have to pay
Right.
attention to them, right?
Right.
You got to pay
Right.
attention to them. Now, let's talk about how can people build relationships throughout these processes of grieving, and what are some of the basic things that they need to be aware of that maybe you didn't learn, like you were somebody that told you.
You're right. First of all, you don't want to walk on eggshells around
Mm,
anyone that is grieving,
right.
because that's what some people think. Oh, I got to walk on eggshells. I got to be careful what I say or anything. I'm like this. Watch the signs. Don't get too judgmental, because some people say,
Mhm,
oh, you should be over it by now. No, you cannot judge a person's process, especially a grieving process. I know people that are still grieving and they done lost somebody over 10 years ago.
mhm.
That's why you can't judge a person's process. Just be there. Even though you don't have nothing to say, just be in their presence. In other words, don't rush their process, because that's not you. Don't rush them.
Yes.
Just be there for them. And then in time, they will come around
Mhm,
in time. But mainly, they just want to feel your presence. You don't even have to say anything. And that's my next chapter in this book, the aftermath. People don't know what to do after, the phone calls don't stop, the texts, the visitations don't stop. There is an aftermath to this. And this
mhm.
aftermath never goes away. You got to learn how to walk along with them. Just be there for them. You don't even have to say nothing. I'm here. I'm not going nowhere. I'm right here. When you ready, I'm
Yeah.
right here.
I'm glad you said that. Let's break this down. Let's educate people on that topic that you just said right there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because people, this is such a brand new thing, right?
Yeah. Right.
We're just now scratching the surfaces of it, but there are some
Yes.
basic things, right, that we can
Yes.
educate you right now on how to hold space with someone who
Right.
is grieving. I love the
Right.
fact that you brought up. Sometimes you don't have to say anything. Sometimes it's your presence that
Yes.
counts, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Right.
what's one of the what's another basic thing that people should be aware of when dealing with someone who is grieving?
Don't be so judgmental when they don't want to talk to you. When
Mm,
you call them, they are not answering the phone. Don't be to the point to where, oh, what's wrong with you? No, no, no. Mm-mm. You have to learn a person's spirit. No matter how they
mm,
feel on the outside, they may be laughing, joking and stuff, but they are bleeding. They are still hurting. You're
mhm,
not there at night when they may be in the bed just boo-hooing because they miss the person. You're not there. Learn how to say, God, give me their spirit. Show me how to handle that person. Because remember, this may be something new to you.
mhm,
And they have a deep love for the person they have lost. So, no, we don't understand them yet. I'm just here for you. Whenever you want to talk to me, I'm here. Late at night, I'm here. You pick up that phone, you call. I'm
mm,
here. Don't, and once again, don't rush their process. That is their process. You might
mm.
be fine, but don't rush them. Leave them alone. Just be there.
Now, we've both been on both sides of that. I love that you said that, and I just want to piggyback off of that so people understand, because
Mhm.
there's a lot of great information right there. But now
Right.
let's look at it from the people who are listening who may be in this spot right here.
Okay.
They want to relate to you so bad that when you
Right.
talk to that we as grievers, what I'm saying, we're in our most vulnerable moments. We may say some
Right.
things that you may not like. The
Mhm.
problem as being the one who's receiving that, they take it personal.
Mhm.
And it's not personal, right? Don't
No,
make
it's
it
not
about
personal.
don't make it about you. It's not about you.
Right.
Remember, you step
Exactly.
into this
Exactly.
space You're
Right.
now sharing space with someone who doesn't know whether or not they're coming or going. They
Right.
don't know what they need in that moment. So you just
Mm-hmm.
need to hold space. It's not personal,
Mm-hmm.
but there's a certain pain, and unless you've experienced it,
Right.
yeah,
Right.
it's unexplainable, right?
Right. Right.
And when you're contemplating, you know what I'm saying? Now let's talk about it from the grievance aspect, the freshly grieving, right? Because we're looking
Mm-hmm.
at people like who like you're judging me,
Right.
right? You know what I'm saying?
And
Like
it's really not judging, because to their aspect, you're right, Tony. It could be
it feels like you're judging me, right? It feels
right.
like,
Right.
why would I want to be around this person? This person has
Right.
bad luck. Think about it. We're not in the right
Right.
mind, so we automatically go to the negative. This
Right.
person is,
Exactly.
yeah, and
Exactly.
you know this. Here's the crazy part. Here's the coincidental part. When the phones stop ringing and the people start
Mm-hmm.
coming by, we play right into the talk that we just gave ourselves.
Yes.
We're not
Yes.
seeing it from that aspect. We're looking at it
Mm-mm.
from a grievous aspect. Like I want you to be a mind reader.
Right.
And because now that you've left, I can use that against you. You left
Mm-hmm.
when I needed you, and your response should
Yes.
have. I did. I tried, but you never let me in.
Right.
Is
And with that response too,
yeah.
they don't know how to handle you at that point. So
There you
I
go.
had to change my mindset. No, I can't be mad at the person, because they
Mhm.
didn't know how to handle me. They didn't even know how to come towards me. I really expected them to, but then I had to realize, no, I can't fault them,
Mm,
because they don't know how to take me at that moment.
mhm. Well, they
Yeah.
don't understand you at that moment. Again, it goes
Yes.
back to the language of grief. And
Mm-hmm.
when we're going through grief, the things that we would most likely be able to articulate to someone else because we're seeing what they're going through, we can no longer articulate that and make it reflect of ourselves, right? Because now
Right.
same words take on a different meaning,
Mm-hmm. Right.
right? And so
Right.
not only do we tiptoe around other people, but we tiptoe around ourselves because we're constantly comparing ourselves to the next person. Like, well,
Right.
Billy Joe didn't do this, so this must be the way that I must do it, right?
Right.
And and
Right.
and they lose track of their own process of what it's going to take
Right.
them, right?
And your body is a language.
Your
How you
body is a language. There you go. Now
that
let's
is a
change that for
language
a minute.
towards grief. Yes.
Now there's two parts to that. You said the first part react. When do you
Yes.
start to respond?
There you go.
Reaction is more emotional.
Yes.
So when do you get to a place to where you begin to step outside of this and begin to
Mm-hmm.
respond to the little scenarios and not make a molehill out of an anthill?
Right.
Because we
Right.
play these things out because at some point we do want the attention from other people. We just don't want to
Yes.
tell you that we want the attention from you. So whatever
Yes.
you say
Yes.
to me, instead of me coming to you and saying, "Hey, I understand why you said this," I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
blow it all out of proportion because
Right.
I don't know how to say it to you because my language is different now, right?
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And
Right.
so it
Right.
becomes very. That's why I said this thing called grief is this beautiful thing that once you begin to understand just a small
Yes.
fraction of it, you see the little things that we do on the day-to-day things that when you're going through the grieving processes, it changes the meaning of what those things look like. They become now distant memories. They become now
Yes.
painful thoughts, right?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So there's a lot that people can learn just from
Oh yeah.
that little snippet right there.
Right.
What
And
is
also,
no, no,
you
please.
can you can control your grief. You
That
can
is so
allow
important.
it to control you. You have the
Yes.
audacity to control it. I'm not saying you would never stop grieving, but you will learn how to control it and not take you to a place you don't want to go.
Mm. can I add to that, because I believe in that as well, and I
Mm-hmm.
also say that's an individual thing depending on the
Right.
person and what your
Right.
and how you're perceiving your grief.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that I learned, and I don't know whether or not it was right or wrong, but this is the path that I took. I began to sit
Mm-hmm.
with my. I no longer wanted to control it. I wanted to understand it.
Right.
So the grief hurricane that used to come, I used to love to sit inside of it and
Mm.
look at the pieces of the boxes, these memories that used to poke out, and I used to grab them and look into them and go, "Wow, this is a part of who I am." And once I began to address it and what it meant to me, whether if it was an emotional, spiritual, or mental scar, it gave me the opportunity to respect it
Wow.
and absorb the information that it was trying to give me, the knowledge and the wisdom. Because you got to remember, this grief journey is a journey of wisdom and understanding, right?
Mm-hmm.
Be better
Right.
educators for those that are around us, right? And
Right.
so I began to look at it that way. I was like, whoa, okay. And so once I absorbed it, I was able to put it back. And that hurricane would dissipate, and I was able to get up and go, okay, now who needs this bit of information? Because it just didn't just pop up.
Right.
It just didn't just pop up. This came out for a
Right.
reason. And now that I understand it, I now understand that my roles have now switched from receiver to messenger. I
Right.
understand that it's not mine anymore,
That's right.
right? Although I
Right.
experienced the knowledge is not mine, because okay, who am I looking for? So I began to search out these individuals, building my tribe. And it a conversation, and it just comes out like, oh, that was for you. Okay,
Wow.
I'm gonna go on about my way. And
Yeah.
we get these things 100 times a day and never once pay attention to them, because the messenger don't look like what we think it should look like.
Wow.
Although the message
Your
was
question.
possible. Yes,
Can grief be a happy place?
yes. It
Think
can
about.
be all of those things,
Right.
because as well as you loved, you laughed,
Yes.
you had great times.
There you
Those
go.
times that don't go anywhere, you just
Right.
had one moment that changed your life. One
That's
out of
it.
1,000 different times. You mean to tell me that grief can't be happy? I cannot
Okay.
be joyful of the time that I had with you. I cannot,
Okay.
I cannot relive, you know what I'm saying, the way that, you know what I'm saying, the conversations that we had without being sad. Yes, I will miss you.
Yes.
Man, that was a great conversation.
Yes.
I will finally start to see the humor in your corny jokes.
Right. Right.
My
Right.
grief just
And
didn't
that's one of
happen.
the things that grief taught me. It could be your happy place as well.
It can be your happy place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so grief can be all of these different things. And this
Right.
is what I love about the grief field, is that now we have such a vast number of people who are starting to live within their gift, starting to shine out.
Right.
And they are the parts of us that we don't have, but together we make a whole.
Yes.
It's not
Yes.
meant for me to understand what Patricia's gift or Lakeisha's gift. It's not meant for me, right? I'm
Right.
good in my lane. I am the best in my lane.
That's it. That's it. We could push each other.
There you go. Or we can add
Yes.
to it. We can add to
Add
it, right?
to.
You
Right.
may come
Right.
across something and go, I'm not equipped for this, but I know somebody who is. Let me just reach
Yes.
out to this individual, right? And
Right.
together we can give more to this individual than just what they was expecting. They get
Right.
that they get it from a different point of view, but also they
Right.
get the necessary tools to be able to use as they begin to grow, right?
Right.
That
Right.
is a beautiful thing,
Yes, it
right?
is. It is
Because
beautiful.
we have no weaknesses. We
No.
play into each other's weaknesses. You may like someone else may be weak in dealing with men, but
That's
that's
it.
our point, right? Give it to
Right.
'em. I got you. And if I
Yes,
don't,
I got
just
you.
I know 100 other men's organizations out there today, which is a huge
Right.
blessing that I can connect you with. We don't have to turn nobody away, because we
Right.
come with a different sort of perspective and understanding and compassion and connection to an individual, because we don't have to turn no one away.
Right.
We have options, right? That's
Right.
a thing. Now, what was the most powerful lesson that you learned in your process?
In my process of grief, the most powerful lesson that I learned is it's okay to be me. I don't have to live up to other people's expectations.
Mm-hmm.
I can be open. I can be free. Because going back to the ministerial part, I was living for everybody else. I was trying to be this strong person,
Mm-hmm.
but I was always pouring into others, giving them uh, encouragement and everything else. But when it hit me, it's okay. I stripped me of me,
Mm-hmm.
and I've learned to be myself. It's okay. It's not going to take anything away from me. That was the most powerful thing that I learned.
Mm.
Most
That's
powerful
strong.
thing. Mhm.
That is strong. And as we get close to wrapping this up, I only have a couple more questions for you, Miss Patricia.
Oh,
What's
that's
next?
good.
What's next for you? Like, what you got coming up right now?
I've got coming out The Pathway of Peace.
Mm.
Let go and let God. And with that book is the journal, and you can write your things down. And after grief, it comes a sweet peace.
Mm.
The peace is there. And so after this book here, I have started on the pathway of peace. There is peace on this journey. And your
Mm.
pathway is letting go and letting God. And you will live a life of peace.
That's powerful. That's
Mhm.
powerful. But it's also submission and admitting
Yes,
that you need
yes,
help, that this is
yes.
maybe bigger than you, right? And
It's
it's
bigger
okay
than
to
me.
let it go. You don't have to hold on
Yes,
to that,
you don't
right?
have
You know what
to.
I'm saying? Yeah, you don't have to
Right,
keep eating off of this pain. You can let that
right,
go, but you have
right.
to be willing to let it go. And we understand what
Yes.
letting go means. It means letting go and saying,
Hmm.
I cannot do anything with
I can't
this.
do this no
So I
more. Yeah,
release it back into the world,
there you
right?
go.
Because that's
Hmm.
where it belongs.
Right,
There you go. Right
right,
now,
right.
how can people find you, Patricia?
They can find me at www.patriciajwilliams.com. You can find me on amazon.com. You can
Mhm,
email me at faithisthe47@gmail.com.
mhm.
Just type in my name with Google and you'll see me.
Awesome, awesome. I love that. I
Yes.
love. Now, one more question for you.
Yes, sir.
If Patricia had a superpower, what would it be?
I will spread love. I will shoot love all over this world. There will be no racism, no division. We will all serve one God and be happy.
See, I would have chose throw punching people if they got out of line. You know what I'm saying? Just and you couldn't get in trouble or anything like that. Like, oh yeah, because for one, everything that you just said would stop. That would stop all of that. Person
Stop
being racist,
everything.
yeah. Person being racist, throw puncher. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Mm,
Yes.
just real quick, like, but you want to do it again?
Yes. Okay.
What you want to do it again? Right? You're not hurting nobody. We're not getting
No.
rid of people. We're just teaching them consequences and
That's it.
repercussions, right?
And repercussions. Yes.
Oh my God. Yeah, so I'm like, either that or I got duct tape. Choose one.
Okay. And duct
Yeah,
tape on.
I got duct tape. I keep 6 rolls in my car. I'll mummify you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
Oh,
Lord.
oh my God. Patricia, I want to say again, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you,
And
Tony.
I can't wait to do this again. And tell
Okay.
everybody where you can find your latest book, the Love Language of Grief.
The Love Language of Grief. You can find it on lulu.com. You can find it on my website, patriciajwilliams.com. Those
Mhm.
are the two places. Or you can personally inbox me on Facebook.
I love that. I love that. And
Yes.
you guys already know I'm on Lulu, so if you go there, check it out. You know what I'm saying? And
Yes.
if you go grab Patricia's, just let her know that hey, we saw you on the show. Here to check out the
Yes.
book. The book is a good read. You know,
Yes, it is.
it's a really really good read, and the insight that you're going to get from a lot of these people is going to blow your
Yes.
mind. Just think
Yes.
about this for a minute. Grief has a couple languages, and the love languages is one. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
go get volume 1 too. You know what I'm saying? Because Patricia
Yes.
involved in that as well. Um,
Mhm.
so now, if you can leave the audience with something, what would you leave them with, Miss Patricia?
I always say this here. When you're down to nothing, rest assured that God is up to something.
Mm, mm. That's facts. That's facts. That's deep facts. Hey,
That's
for
facts.
everybody out there who've been tuning in on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, you know what I'm saying, YouTube and everything, thank you guys for tuning in.
Thank you.
And if you have not already, go check out the YouTube channel, and hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification so you'll be notified every time that we drop a new episode. Check us out on Roku and Fire TV, The Adventures of Grief Guy. We got a whole TV channel over there as well, fellas. You know what I'm saying? And ladies, and everyone else who's tuning in, go over there and check it out. Show that support over there as well. Go check out the Connect work, and go most definitely check out Miss Patricia. Her information is in the description below. And check out on all the social medias. Get that book, man. And again, Love Language of Grief. We're going to wrap up this episode of the Grief Let's Talk About It podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in as always. And you know what I'm saying? We're going to see you guys in the next one. Enjoy your day. And don't let the weight of the world weigh you down. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because that can be a rough place to be as well, especially when we live in a time of uncertainty.
Yes.
Be certain that you're taking care of each other, you know. And
Yes.
with that being said, everybody, we love you. I'm going to see you guys in the
Bye bye.